where do we start to analyze what's going on here so that we can sort of weave our own narrative leverage points here to help facilitate some understanding?
Yeah. So I would not start with coronavirus, right? If you're going to look at what's happening right now, and I think on Twitter and off Twitter, I've called it the fastest roll-up of power in history. And that's really it's a simple way to kind of capture this moment in time. And now we can look at it having occurred over the last 8 months, perhaps, but we can also look at it as having been the last maybe 10 years, but certainly the last 3 years. One of the things, and I think I remember telling this to a lot of people, again, on and off of Twitter, is people should keep a log. And I said, keep a log because everything is happening quicker than the mind can comprehend it. I mean, our minds are not limitless. We can only hold so many thoughts in our minds at one time, and the media is certainly competing for its share of real estate in our frontal lobes. So it's almost impossible for a person to be able to push the media presence out of their minds. I mean, so I would say let's begin the story of the fastest roll-up of power in history. I would say let's start it maybe even in January of 2017, because we've had so many events. And I've charted all this, and it's really interesting because at first I didn't expect to. I didn't think it was really required to tell the background. But then I realized that because of the episodic nature, which still continues, right? It's kind of like this oscillating type of thing, that I needed to kind of go backwards, that there needed to be what I thought was just a prologue, right? Actually became kind of a really important part of the story. And, I question people a lot, and I don't want to challenge people because I don't want, it's unfair. I feel like Kasparov or Magnus. So I don't really want to challenge people with certain things, with, their familiarity with the test or the not the test. And, because it takes me so long to do all the forensics on this, and it takes me so much time to have learned all this, that I know that most people can't. So I let them talk. I let them do their thing. I don't really want to interfere there. And then I also, don't want to interfere when they tell me what the timeline of events are, what Trump could have done, what Trump couldn't have done. I'm interested in that, but I'm really not interested in whether it's right or wrong. I'm interested in how their mind retains that, right? And this is a conversation I know I'm going to be having with two people, Chuck and John, pretty soon. And we're going to be discussing how the mind stores everything these days as file cabinets. Our minds have been rewired, and we're storing everything in like postcards. And they're very quickly being written up, drawn, and then within very quickly, those postcards are getting filed away and just stuck into the back of our heads. So I ask a lot of people about what they remember from 2017, what do they remember from 2018, what do they remember from 2019, and I can tell you it's kind of stunning the things that people don't remember, or they don't remember that it was only last year. And I'm not even talking about the impeachment, because that's still, people are talking, well, Trump this or Trump that because of the impeachment. I'm, talking about, just so many things. Roger Stone being arrested in January, and, the Michael Flynn, the DOJ dropping all of that, and it's still going on. There's just Soleimani being killed, al-Baghdadi being killed, Iran shooting down their own plane. There's just so many events that have happened that people don't understand the episodic nature of it and how much it's consuming our mind. So again, you asked me a short question, but the long answer to whatever your question was, because I kind of forgot, is our frontal lobes. We are not in possession of our own frontal lobe. So what I'm trying to do is just trying to record this moment as best as I can, right? So because I know the mind can't comprehend it, I'm kind of trying to remove my mind as much as I can from this and just think of myself as being kind of an observer. And I don't allow myself to get emotionally engaged in any of this. I don't pay attention to the election. I don't pay attention to this or to that. I know that there's some riots going on, so I'll see a little bit of that and I'll be like, all right. And rather than kind of allowing myself to form an opinion on that, I think to myself, where does that fit in within this roll up of power? How much media time is this consuming? There's just a lot of things. So whatever your question was, that must have answered something.